revealing all about Tory Lanez. Early life. Daystar Shemuel Shua Peterson was born on July 27, 1992, in Brampton, Ontario, to a Bajan father, Sunstar, and a mother from Curaçao, Luella. The family was based in Montreal before moving to Miami, Florida. Following his mother's death, his father began working as an ordained minister and missionary, causing them both to move frequently throughout the United States. Lanez's father later remarried, and the family moved to Atlanta, Georgia, where Lanez met his friend Hakeem, who at the time was a janitor. The nickname Lanez was given to him by Hakeem as a comment on Lanez's thrill-seeking tendencies that sometimes saw him mucking around in the street, not looking for traffic and playing in the lanes. In 2006, he was sent to live with his cousin Tahir Habib, Orain Forest, in Jamaica, Queens, New York because of his behavior issues. Lanez then was forced to move to Toronto with his grandmother. Since she refused to take care of him, he was on his own at the age of 15. I ended up moving downtown with these three dudes that I didn't really know. I came into the house and I didn't realize how things worked. From like 15 to 18, I was just fighting them. It was every man for himself. That's what made me a man, having to fend for myself and being in a situation where there is no dad, no grandma, and no mom to help you. It changed the person that I am today, he says. He started rapping again, giving himself a nickname, Notorious, which is a reference to the late rapper Notorious B.I.G., whom he idolized, and adopted into his new moniker Tory Lanez. At the age of 16, Lanez dropped out of the 10th grade, and he would begin performing songs at the outdoor concerts. At the age of 17, Lanez began singing, which he found an interest in. However, he had never received any vocal training. Personal life. Lanez has a son named Kai. Lanez also goes by the name Argentina Fargo. In an interview, he said, "When I put foreign and banking together, it's like foreign money. I'm a Canadian dude, walking around America. When you look at me, it's like looking at foreign money. So I call myself Argentina Fargo, like foreign money." Controversies. Legal issues. On March 26, 2016, during a concert in Midland, Texas, violent scuffles between security forces and concertgoers occurred. Lanez then proceeded to tell the crowd to fuck shit up, which incited a riot and forced police to shut down the show. Multiple people were arrested. The venue and concert promoters considered legal actions against Lanez. Shooting of Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion, who was shot by Lanez with a firearm, pictured in 2019. On July 12, 2020, after leaving a house party where there had been an argument that resulted in violence, Lanez was arrested in Hollywood Hills and charged with carrying a concealed weapon in his vehicle. Another rap artist, Megan Thee Stallion, was also in the car and was initially reported to have had a foot wound caused by glass. However, in an Instagram post, Megan later disputed this, stating she underwent surgery after suffering gunshot wounds as a result of a crime that was committed against her and done with the intention to physically harm her. At the time, she did not state who shot her. On Instagram Live in August 2020, Megan stated that she was shot by Lanez during this incident. She also voiced her opinions against his publicist team, saying, "You shot me, and you got your publicist and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Stop lying." Why lie? On September 25, 2020, Lanez released his fifth album, Daystar, in which he addresses the shooting on nearly every song and denies that he shot Megan, while also claiming she and her team were trying to frame him. On the song Money Over Fallouts, he raps, "How you get shot in your foot, don't hit no bones or tendons." The same day, in a statement to Variety, Megan's attorney, Alex Spiro, claimed Lanez's representatives had since attempted to launch a smear campaign against Megan to discredit her allegations. Spiro stated, "We have been made aware of manipulated text messages and invented email accounts that have been disseminated to the media in a calculated attempt to peddle a false narrative about the events that occurred." Lanez's team denied this, saying that they would investigate who was behind the fake emails and will take appropriate action. On September 29, 2020, following negative responses to Lanez from certain publications, the rapper claimed on Instagram that news sites had launched a smear campaign against him, stating that he has never seen verified publications come together with biased opinions for a smear campaign on an artist, and questioning who is paying them. In October 2020, Lanez was officially charged with felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, personal use of a firearm, and carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle. He also faced an allegation that he personally inflicted great bodily injury with a gun. He was to be arraigned on October 13. It was delayed to November 18 after Lanez's attorney requested a continuance. A protective order has since been issued against Lanez. He is to stay at least 100 yards away from Megan and not contact her. He was also ordered to surrender any guns he owns. In an op-ed for the New York Times, published on October 13, 2020, Megan addressed the shooting further, writing, "Black women are still constantly disrespected and disregarded in so many areas of life. I was recently the victim of an act of violence by a man. After a party, I was shot twice as I walked away from him. We were not in a relationship. Truthfully, I was shocked that I ended up in that place." In April 2022, Lanez was arrested for violating a protection order relating to the case. He was released shortly after on an increased bond of $350,000. On December 23, 2022, Lanez was convicted in a jury trial on 3 felony charges in respect to the shooting: assault with a semi-automatic handgun, having a loaded and unregistered firearm in a vehicle, and gross negligence in discharging his firearm. Lanez, who was tried in Los Angeles, was taken to jail immediately following the conviction. On August 8, 2023, he was sentenced to 10 years in prison for the shooting. Feuds with other artists. In 2010, a video of Lanez freestyling with a title suggesting he was Canadian rapper Drake's younger brother was posted to YouTube. Lanez posted a video in response where he denied relation to Drake and challenged the rapper to listen to his second mixtape Playing for Keeps. Lanez offered to give Drake $10,000 if he did not like it. In 2015, Lanez mocked Drake during a radio freestyle and expressed his dislike of the use of the Six, a nickname for Toronto that had been popularized by Drake. Drake dissed Lanez in lines from his 2016 single Summer 16. Responding to the diss in an interview with Revolt, Lanez called himself a fan of Drake and said he wasn't planning on responding. "Drake could diss me 20,000 times, and I'd never diss him. I'm a fan. I have no negativity on my side. All blessings to that man." Across 2016 and 2017, the artists exchanged disses, with Lanez insulting Drake in his songs Drive You Crazy, For Real, and his remix to Uber Everywhere, while Drake insulted him on Still Here, Do Not Disturb, and in altered lyrics in the live version of Summer 16. On May 19, 2017, Lanez and Drake ended their beef, posting pictures of each other on Instagram. In November 2018, during an Instagram live session, Lanez claimed that he's a better rapper than American rapper Joyner Lucas. In response, Lucas challenged Lanez to a rap battle, which led to several diss records being released between the two, including the Lucky You freestyle and the Z's freestyle. Although the beef was short-lived, Lanez expressed distaste at those who sided with Lucas. Shortly after his beef with Joyner Lucas ensued, New York rapper Don Q dropped a battle track titled I'm Not Joyner, alleging that Lanez was stealing Q's lyrics. Lanez fired back with a track called Dom Queen, before Q responded with another diss track. In response to the feuds, Carlton Jamal of Hot New Hip Hop praised Lanez, saying, "The art of the competitive, lyrical battle rap has been missing from the mainstream wave for years." In 2022, August Alsina and Lanez met backstage at Rip Michaels' Fall Back in Love comedy and music jam tour in Chicago on September 17, where Alsina claimed Lanez punched him. Alsina claimed the sneak attack left him with numerous injuries, which he then documented on his Instagram account. One photo shows a gash on his lip, while others show cuts and grazes on his elbow and knee. Lanez denied the accusations. First discovered by Jamaican-American singer Sean Kingston, he received initial recognition for his mixtape Conflicts of My Soul, the 416 story, released in August 2013. In 2015, Lanez signed with record producer Benny Blanco's Mad Love Records, an imprint of Interscope Records. Lanez's debut studio album, I Told You, 2016, explored alternative R&B and was commercially successful. It was supported by the singles Say It and Love, which peaked at numbers 23 and 19 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100, respectively. Both released in 2018, Lanez's second and third albums, Memories Don't Die and Love Me Now, delved further into hip-hop and were met with continued commercial success despite mixed reviews. The former became his first album to peak atop the Canadian Albums Chart, while the latter spawned the double platinum certified single Talk to Me, with Rich the Kid. His fourth album and final major label release, Mixtape 5, 2019, peaked at number 2 on the U.S. Billboard 200, while his fifth album, Daystar, 2020, peaked at number 10. He then released his 1980s-inspired sixth album, Alone at Prom, 2021, followed by his seventh, Sorry for What, 2022, until his incarceration. On August 8, 2023, Lanez was sentenced to 10 years in prison after being convicted of shooting Megan Thee Stallion in 2020. He was found guilty of first-degree assault with a firearm, discharge of a firearm with gross negligence, and having a concealed firearm in a vehicle. As of 2024, he is incarcerated at California Correctional Institution. Career 2009 to 2015, career beginnings. In 2009, Lanez released his debut mixtape T.L2TO. While living in South Florida, he began directing some of his music videos and posted them on his YouTube channel. Sean Kingston was interested in Lanez after seeing a video of him freestyling over Lloyd Banks' Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. In February 2010, Kingston contacted Lanez requesting a meetup while on tour with Justin Bieber, resulting in Lanez performing on the tour. In 2010, Lanez released the mixtapes, Just Landed, One Verse One Hearse, Playing for Keeps and Mr. One Verse Killa. In 2011, Lanez signed a record deal with Kingston's Time Is Money Entertainment and released a trio of mixtapes, Mr. Peterson, Mixtape, and Swavy. He later left the label to be an independent artist. In the following 3 years, he released additional mixtapes, Sincerely Tory, 2012, Conflicts of My Soul, The 416 Story, 2013, and Mixtape 2, 2014. In April 2014, Lanez released 2 episodes of the public Swave announcement of behind the scenes of the These Things Happen tour with G-Eazy and Rocky Fresh. On June 2, 2014, Lanez released the song, Teyana, as a tribute to singer Teyana Taylor. Taylor responded with the track, Dreams of Fuckin' an R&B Bitch. On June 6, 2014, Lanez released The Godfather, a song to announce that he was going to start a series called Fargo Fridays, only releasing songs, albums, or videos on Fridays on Hot New Hip Hop. The songs, I'll Be There, Talk on Road, and Balenciagas were released later that month. After releasing a number of songs from the series, he released a song called The Mission to celebrate his tour announcement on August 14, 2014. Lanez kicked off his first headlining tour, the Lost Cause Tour, in conjunction with the mixtape Lost Cause. The mixtape was supposed to be released on September 29, 2014, but got pushed back to October 1. In an interview, Lanez claimed he has ghostwritten songs for artists such as Akon, Been Getting Money with Jeezy, Casey Veggies, Actin' Up, August Alsina, My Niggas with Meek Mill, as well as T.I. and Travis Scott. On February 27, 2015, Lanez revealed that he was going to release a collaboration EP with the We Did It Records producers on April 6. On April 3, 2015, Lanez released the single titled In For It for his upcoming EP. On May 8, 2015, Lanez released another song, titled Ric Flair featuring Rory Trustory. On May 22, 2015, he released the second single for the EP, titled Acting Like. On June 19, 2015, Lanez announced that the EP would be called Cruel Intentions and released on June 26, 2015. That same day the single, Karuji, was released. 2015 to 2020, album releases and growing popularity. Tory Lanez during a live performance in 2016. On July 15, 2015, Lanez released the first single off his debut album, titled Say It. It was also revealed that he signed to Benny Blanco's Mad Love Records and Interscope Records. On September 18, 2015, Lanez released the single, Blow. December 25, 2015, Lanez released the 2 mixtapes, Mixtape 3 and The New Toronto. On January 18, 2016, LA Confidential was released as the second single for the album. On January 28, 2016, Lanez made a guest appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live, performing Say It. He performed the song with the popular 90s R&B group Brownstone, whose hit If You Love Me was sampled on Say It. A month later, Lanez released a remix of Made in Tokyo's Uber Everywhere. On March 4, 2016, Lanez released the song, Tim Duncan, as a part of his Fargo Fridays series. He released the song, Real Addresses, the next week. On April 1, 2016, ASAP Fergie Lanez announced the Level Up Tour. On April 5, 2016, it was revealed that Lanez would perform at Summer Jam and Pemberton Music Festival in the summer of 2016. On April 8, 2016, Lanez and ASAP Fergie collaborated on the song, Line Up the Flex, to promote their Level Up Tour. On April 18, Lanez refused to be on the 2016 XXL Freshman cover because he felt he was in a higher league musically than the other artists being considered. On May 6, 2016, Lanez released two songs, For Real and Unforgetful, as a part of the Fargo Friday series. On July 29, 2016, Lanez released the official second single, Love, on iTunes. He also revealed that his album title would be I Told You. I Told You was released on August 19, 2016. On July 5, Lanez released two remixes for Drake's Controlla and DJ Khaled's I Got the Keys. On July 20, Lanez announced the I Told You tour to promote the album. On March 2, 2018, Lanez released his second studio album Memories Don't Die. Within the same year, he also released an album titled Love Me Now? On October 26, 2018, an album titled Chixtape 5 on November 15, 2019, a hip-hop mixtape titled The New Toronto 3 on April 10, 2020, the latter marking his final release with Interscope Records. In 2019, Tory Lanez began complaining about his major label, Interscope Records, publicly threatening the company to expose what's really going on in that G building. By February 2020, he announced his departure from Interscope, not publicly stating the reason behind it. On March 20, 2020, Lanez teamed up with Jamaican dancehall artist Buju Banton for a remix of Trust. During the quarantine lockdown due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Lanez hosted Quarantine Radio on his Instagram Live. On May 14, 2020, Lanez released the single Temperature Rising via his own One Umbrella imprint, marking his first release as an independent artist. Following his departure from Interscope Records. On July 10, Lanez released three singles, Simple Things, with DJDS and Rema, Staccato, and 392, with his label signee VV Ken. The latter two tracks was released as an EP called VVS Capsule. 2020 Present, Independent Albums and Incarceration. On September 25, 2020, Lanez surprise released his fifth album, Daystar, his first project since departing Interscope earlier that year. On the album, he defends himself in multiple songs against claims that he shot rapper Megan Thee Stallion in 2020. The following months he announced the release of capsules that would contain separate different types of music from him, then releasing the hip-hop commercial mixtape Loner on December 22, 2020, the R&B commercial mixtape Playboy on March 5, 2021, and his sixth studio album Alone at Prom on December 10, 2021, which is an 80s-inspired synthpop project. The following year, Sorry For What marked Lanez's last studio album being released before his 2022 conviction of 3 felonies in relation to his shooting of Megan Thee Stallion, being later sentenced in 2023 to 10 years in prison. While incarcerated, Lanez's track The Color Violet, contained in the Alone at Prom album, experienced a boost in popularity thanks to popular social media app TikTok. In 2023, the singer released the deluxe edition of his 2021 album Alone at Prom, featuring 10 additional tracks, marking his first official release following his incarceration. One Umbrella. One Umbrella is a Canadian record label and management company founded by Lanez in 2014. It began as a clothing company under the subsidiary Forever Umbrella. The label's first signee was Munsa in 2018 and expanded to sign artists Mariah the Scientist and Kosh Page. In 2020, Lanez released his first single as an independent artist, writing I waited and calculated for 4 years to be my own boss. I own all my own masters, publishing, royalties, etc. This may not mean nothing to y'all, but seeing my record label at the bottom unattached to a major label is what we have worked this hard for. Mariah the Scientist and Kosh Page were associates of the label. Musical style. Tory Lanez in 2016. Tory Lanez music is usually hip-hop and R&B, blending both styles, occasionally on the same song. His vocal performances feature both rapping and singing, with a frequent usage of autotune. In an interview on Nice Kicks with Ian Stonebook, Lanez described his own personal style he calls swavy. Swavy is a two-adjective word. A lot of people use it as an attribute, but the real definition of swavy is a genre of music. The genre of music is the genre of fusing more than one together. I know it sounds strange, but if you ask an artist what they do, they're going to say that they rap, they sing, they do rock. A lot of people are multi-talented. They get looked at confused, but I don't think that they're confused. I feel that they're just talented, swavy artists. Labels want to put you in one lane, but I feel like there are so many people or more than that, and they're swavy artists. Among his musical inspirations, Lanez mentioned Brandy, Ray J, Chris Brown, and Lil Wayne.